Hello, Bill Molyneaux here with Bill's Wargame World. And rather than a historic site, rather than miniatures, we're going to talk about my Battle of Brandywine game designed by me and helped with a few others. And it's on the Bill Molyneaux site, Venture Game Source. But we're going to play a game. Now, the Brandywine game, of course, you can order it. And you can just order the regular game for around $45, or you can order my bonus games for $60. And what is neat about this is the bonus games consist of the Battle of Paoli, the Battle of Germantown, and the Battle of Valley Forge. Yes, the Battle of Valley Forge is right here. And I'm quite proud of this game. There's not a lot of Valley Forge games out there. And this also tops off the Philadelphia campaign. Well, we do need to make a disclaimer. There is no battle at Valley Forge. Leave comments. What would happen if Cornwallis had come out of winter quarters of Philadelphia and marched up to Valley Forge? I think the Revolutionary War would have been over. So, I'm going to adjust the camera. We're going to play this bonus game in the deluxe edition of the Battle of Brandywine. And I'm very proud to say that the Brandywine battlefield, some of the people there helped me with this game. And it is sold at the Brandywine Battlefield gift shop, Chad's Ford gift shop, and Randy, who owns several hundred acres of land on the battlefield and has a store and a farmer's market, also sells the game. And Randy is a phenomenal reenactor also. So we're going to pause the camera and play the Battle of Valley Forge. I hope you'll watch. All right. Well, we are back with the Battle of Valley Forge. I adjusted my camera. One of the neat things we did is these little postcards for the setup of units. On the Valley Forge game, the Americans, excuse my giant fingers, the Americans could set up on the seas in any way they want, and also the buildings. So these are supposed to represent the small huts and villages, and then we have the Great Redoubt, which is an entrenchment. And we have entrenchments here. Now, I'm not going to go through how to play in detail or the rules. They're beer and pretzel rules. But we do have a turn track marker I'll be placing, and this is the terrain summary chart and an explanation of the counters. Well, I think we're ready to start. And the Valley Forge game has this scenario specialty, tells you reinforcements, which there aren't any. Whoever loses 7 counters first is a loser. There are some optional things, such as Baron von Steuben has drilled the troops better. Some can be removed and replaced with higher quality. Also, the winter was worse, and some units start off as reduced. And one of the optional rules is I replaced the Hessian line unit with this Grenadier unit. So I'm supposed to have 2 Hessians. Instead, I have 1 line and 1 Grenadier. These numbers, really quick. I will do this so maybe I won't have to answer a lot of comments. There is a Hessian unit. Its movement value is 1 in the dark black circle. The 5 and a 6, that's the combat number. You have to roll a 5 or a 6 to cause a casualty. The units have a reduced value and they get flipped over. However, if you have a cover of some type, 6s don't count, only the 5. All right, let's play the Battle of Valley Forge. I'm going to adjust my camera. Okay, here we go. So, The sequence of play is there's no reinforcements. It's British movement phase. All the British troops can move, and then the Continentals will fire. Everything but artillery has a range, so is adjacent. Excuse me. So Cornwallis gives an extra bonus point of movement. So, and it's half. So these grenadiers come zipping right up to here. Those Hessians will go here, and this Hessian will sit there. I'm going to take this line unit, and it moves all the way up to there, followed by there. He'll cross at that stream, and there. So, we moved all the southern zones of attack. Over here, I'm going to try to flank this position and move one. They come down to here, here, and I'll get him on the road. So now we have combat. Need a 5 or a 6 to score a hit, and we missed. This unit will fire on that, and he missed. The militia needs a 6 and fails. This militia fires, and he misses. Now this artillery piece will fire on this Hessian, and he scores a hit, so this Hessian unit gets reduced. So now it's a 6, and it holds. It does not retreat. Cornwallis is here, leading this grenadier unit. Washington is leading a militia unit, does not score a hit, and the other one fails to score a hit. So in our British attacks, and then the Americans fired defensively, one Hessian unit was damaged and reduced down to a 6. Now, rolling a 6 on a defensive area, if you roll a 6, you get to roll it again. If you roll another 6, you did succeed. But when the units get reduced, they're pretty much shaken and not very functional. All right, so it is now the British fire phase. So we're going to just start up here. Now, because we're firing at these entrenchments, we're going to fire there, but I need a 5, and I rolled a 3. They will need a 5, and the 6, unfortunately, would normally be a hit, but because they're behind these entrenchments, it's not a hit. And Cornwallis failed to score a hit, even though he was there, but because Cornwallis is there, you get to re-roll your die. And we got a 3, which is still a fail. And our Hessians roll. And our Hessians roll the 6. And another. This gun has been hit. And it's reduced. Now, in the special rules for this scenario, the guns, because they do not need to retreat. Special rules. Artillery will not move voluntarily. So, this gun is still here, reduced to a 6. And that is it for the British. So now we go to the Continental movement. Well, my Continentals are just going to sit where they're at. And now it's the British defensive fire. We're going to start here with this Hessian unit. And we failed to hit. We'll fire here. Cornwallis is going after this Washington unit. And we're going to hope to score a hit, which we fail with the first try. The second try is a fail again. Oh my goodness. You need a 5 for that one, and a 5 for this one. And I'm rolling a lot of 1s. All right, well, the Continentals now get to fire. And you need a 6 is a fail. A 3, a miss. He misses. This militia here, and we'll fire this militia there. Oop, a leaner die. And then up here, these two will fire. Miss. and miss. All right, well, that is one complete turn. As you see, there are 2 fire phases for both sides, an offensive and defensive. Both sides have taken some loss. The Hessians got reduced and the light gun is reduced. All right. We'll pause the camera for a moment. Well, I had to change my background music. I had 90 minutes of flute music, and that shrill was going to start to get to me. So, all right, we're going to turn 2. Our British are going to move. Well, we have a unit here, a unit there. Bring him in. Let's see here. There. That Grenadier can come up to there. This Hessian will go to there. All right, so we have troops coming in from all different directions. We'll go ahead and roll. I'm going to pause the camera and resolve these and come back. All right, I fired all the Continental troops and everything here. This one scored a hit, and he got reduced and he retreated. Down here, we lost our Hessians from this artillery piece. So we have our first official loss. All right, I'm going to go ahead now and do the British return fire, offensive fire phase. And I'll pause this so you don't have to watch me roll all the dice. Well, welcome back. We did some attacks here, and we took out that light gun that was in the little village area. I guess the shacks. And Cornwallis advanced. So we lost a light gun, and we lost a militia unit here. We have one that retreated and got flipped, and we have another one that was actually eliminated by 2 units. So we have a breakthrough in the defenses for the Continentals. And up here, we scored a hit and breakthrough. So we're now going to the Continental movement phase. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to do a little movement. We're going to put Washington there. We're going to move him back to here. And I can't find my giant tweezers, so I'm using a paintbrush today. Any unit that's still adjacent to a Continental or a British unit will get fired on. So I'm falling back. I really have no choice at this point. And I don't want to get shot at. So I brought them back. And now the British would have a defensive fire. But right now, there is none. All right. So, it's now the Continental offensive fire. And this cannon, 1, 2, it has a range to hit out to a 6. And, yeah, with a 4. All right. Let's go on to our next turn. Right now, the victory conditions are 7. Eliminated units, we have 2 Americans, 1 British, and I have holes in the line. So let's go ahead and move. Our British unit's going to come here, and we're going to have this one hit there, and he can move 2 hexes because he's on the road. This unit I'm going to back off because he's at half strength. I don't want to lose a unit. Washington's got a militia unit with a 6 in here. And boy, if I could kill Washington, that would be interesting, to say the least. I've advanced all across the line. I'm keeping him back for now. And let's see what happens. All right, I'll pause the camera so you don't have to see all the firing. Welcome back. Washington, I screwed up. I did my defensive fire and my offensive fire. This is where we're at. Washington retreated. we lost no units, but we had lost 2 got reduced. And then on the American side, we lost a unit here, got reduced. Nothing really happened here. Didn't roll any hits. That's where I'm at. And I messed up and I forgot to turn the camera on for the 1 round of combat for a recap. So we're moving on to the next turn. And it's turn 3. And the British move first. And I'm going to be very aggressive here. I'm going to simply move. The most he can move is 1. And then I'm going to start bringing these wounded units back in. I can go there, then there. He can go there. We'll put him up there. And we just need to score some hits. Now, Washington's out here in the open. So, I'm going to try to, if I can eradicate Washington, the Americans also, the British will win with that too. All right, I'll pause the camera and then come back to you. All right, well, welcome back. Welcome back to the Battle of Valley Forge. And this is a Bill Molyneaux game. And our American losses are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They lose 1 more. The Americans' morale is broke, and they lost the game. The British have lost 4 units, and they have several that are reduced also. The militia being caught out in the open once I retreated just got slaughtered. Washington's militia unit that was eliminated, but Washington survived. So, we'll pause the camera here. Okay, welcome back. I had to change my music selection. So, this is where we are at. Going into turn 4, it looks like. I hit my box a little bit on my turn tracker. I have that off to the side. But right now, the Americans are, they just can't lose any more units. And we're going into the British movement phase. And boy, you know what? The British are very close to winning. I don't want to move these reduced units next to an American unit and get shot and pile up my losses. I'm going to move next to George Washington, but I know on a 6, he gets to run away. He's going to hop on this medium gun. So, and Cornwallis gives an extra movement point. So Cornwallis is going to go into this redoubt. And I'm just going to try to come in here. The Hessian will go in. This Grenadier unit I put way in the back. He moved 1. And I'm going to get him on the road. I'm not going to advance him. And, well, you know what? We'll risk it. All right. The Americans are going to fire. Hopefully they will do well this turn. Welcome back. This sort of turn 5. The British lost another unit, so they're down to 5. The Americans, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, have lost 7. Now, in all of my games, you can make up any rules you want as far as, like, this scenario. Right now I have it where whoever eliminates 7 units or more wins, but you and whoever you're playing can continue for 10 turns, and whoever loses the most. But right now, Washington actually scored a hit on the Grenadiers and reduced them to the 5-6. Cornwallis survived the attack. The Americans that were here have been eliminated and retreated. So right now, it's looking bleak, and officially the game would be over at the end of the turn. The Americans get 1 movement phase, but right now I think Washington will find Glover and get across the Schuylkill River It's really the Schuylkill. But if you live in the Philly region, some people call it the Schuylkill because of the Philadelphia highways go along it. So right now at the Battle of Valley Forge, one of the 3 bonus games in the Battle of Brandywine, it comes out to be a British victory, but they lost 5 units. I think I could have set up my militia here. I should have spaced them out. I ran them all together on this side, and that's what really crumbled. So that's the Bill Molyneaux's Battle of Brandywine game. And I'm going to say this, it is meant to be fun, simple beer and pretzel to get new people in the hobby. And for school students that might be at the Brandywine battlefield or the Historical Society at Chad's Ford, there's the information. Fast Play War Games, Adventure Game Source. All right, Adventure Game Source has it. Bill Molyneaux Games, and I want to say thank you for watching a board game video on the Battle of Valley Forge. Hopefully, everyone, of course, realizes that the Battle of Valley Forge did not ever happen, but it's a neat what if. And I'm quite proud of how Jeff at my printer came up with the idea to put the letters of the units on these little index cards, I guess postcard size, to show you how to set up your units. So there's Germantown, for instance. Please leave a comment. I don't do much board game videos because the few I have done, I've gotten very few views on. So, I seem to do much better with historic sites and my miniatures. Then again, maybe someone out there will enjoy seeing the Battle of Brandywine. And also, the Gettysburg Miniature Toy Soldier Shop sells this. And also Steve at the Age of Glory booth at many wargame conventions. Thank you again. Stay safe, be kind, be courteous, and order the Battle of Brandywine game. Thank you very much for watching.